Last week, Google launched Crossdevice retargeting. Wondering what some of the words in that sentence meant? Stay tuned and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm John Delancey, founder of White Raven Technology, a bespoke legal marketing agency, and your host for the Legal Marketing Minute, our video blog and podcast devoted to discussing the tips, tricks, and trends in digital marketing to help your law firm succeed online. As mentioned, last week, Google announced that they were launching cross-device retargeting. So this week, let's break it down and talk about what this actually means for you, the busy attorney. First, what is remarketing? Well, remarketing or retargeting is the ability to create advertising campaigns that will only be shown to visitors to your website, people who have already visited your website previously. Now, that's whether they've visited by finding you in organic search, or through other advertisements, or through directly typing your URL, or through links from other websites. People that have visited your website become part of a pool that you can then create a new advertising campaign to reach them through. And that is why it's called remarketing. You are marketing to them again. So let's illustrate this with an example. Have you ever been browsing Amazon or some other online store and looked at a few products, and then you went and got on Facebook or maybe just some other blog around the web and you saw an advertisement for the very product you were just looking at? That's remarketing. So why would you want to do remarketing? Well, remarketing gives you the ability to rescue sales or new client relationships that you otherwise would have lost. So if someone happens to be browsing your website, or they're too busy to really give it the attention that they need to in order to consider what you're offering them, they may leave and never come back. So instead of just waving goodbye to that person, through remarketing, we can reach them again and hopefully have a second chance to kindle that relationship. So what about this cross-device thing? Well, more and more sales or transactions or new client acquisitions online are taking place across multiple devices. So a user might start by viewing you on their cell phone, read a little bit more on their tablet, and then finally become a customer or a client in this case, once they're browsing your website on their desktop computer. So previously, it was hard to even track this information. It was hard to even track whether someone first found us on a cell phone and then visited on a tablet and then became a client on their desktop. We couldn't track that and connect those dots. It also created problems with advertising in and of itself, with people seeing the same advertisement multiple times when you didn't want them to. Because you couldn't track them from device to device. You couldn't track them and say, okay, they've already seen this advertisement, don't show it to them again. So this update to the Google Display Network, a part of Adwords, will enable us to track that information and to effectively remarket across the different devices that our clients may or may not be using. So what does it all mean? Well, the short version is this type of cross-device retargeting means that you will be able to rescue more new client opportunities that you otherwise would have lost. So let's assume you're an estate planning attorney and a potential client, just a man in his 50s, is out to lunch with a business partner, and his business partner says, John, you really need to consider hiring an estate planning attorney to help you get your affairs in order. You never know what could happen, and it's, you've got to take care of this. So he's thinking about it, and as his friend gets up to go pay the check, he gets out his phone and Googles estate planning attorneys in San Francisco. And you happen to be running an advertisement for estate planning attorneys in San Francisco. So he finds it, he clicks your ad, he visits your website, and reads a few sentences and thinks it over just a little bit, and then his friend returns, and he closes his phone and doesn't think about it again. But you did not just lose that $10 click, because as soon as he gets back to his computer, because you are running remarketing, cross-device remarketing, advertising campaigns, he'll sit down on his desktop, he might go read a blog article somewhere that may not have anything to do with the legal world or with estate planning, and your advertisement shows up again, and he says, oh yeah, I meant to check in with that guy. So he clicks it, he goes back to your website, and at that point, He finishes reading your information. He decides, yeah, I need to get in touch with this guy. And he submits his information requesting to schedule a call to discuss his estate planning needs. Simple as that. That is what a remarketing campaign would look like, and that's how you can save sales opportunities or new client opportunities that you otherwise would have lost. Remarketing, and especially cross-device remarketing, provide the opportunity to increase your return on marketing investment, and that is always a worthy goal. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Legal Marketing Minute. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know here on YouTube or on our blog at whiteraventechnology.com. We would love to discuss these things with you. And until next time, happy marketing.